Good morning, pilgrims on stage 5 of the Via Francigena. Yes, sir. Leaving the hotel where I spent a great night last night. Once again, I think I'm over the jet lag. But then again, I woke up at 11 o'clock at night to the sound of my windows banging, and I looked outside and it was like a storm taking place. So much rain and wind. Then I looked at the app and it said it was gonna rain all night long. This morning, everything's dry for now, but I have a small window before it starts raining again. I think the rains are coming in the afternoon. Today we have a 16-17 kilometer day. Yes, but today we start the climb. Yes, sir, and it's gonna start right off the bat because since I stay at the end of town, I do remember this section. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Let's try to keep it nice and short and clean. I don't want to get wet. The temperature's starting to drop, as you can see. I'm wearing my fleece jacket, and that's gonna be the theme for the next week or so. I think at the pass right now is like in the 30s, and I see snow forecast for this coming Friday. Wow, man. What else? Have breakfast, the continental breakfast that you get at our hotels, which was nice to fuel up in preparation for today. Today, I think lunch is in that town, that pizza place where I saw that menu with all the different kinds of weird meats like kangaroo and stuff like that. Yeah, I remember that spot. I think that's the only place, unless things have changed, which has been the theme so far. So maybe there are new places open along the way. Right off the bat, we got two options. We can follow the official Via Francigena, or I can take the alternative that goes right up into the mountain on the side, which is what I did with the trolley. I think that's a nicer route. I was seeing or reading on the Facebook groups that I think at one point it was closed due to like landslide. Let's see if when I get there, there's a sign. Maybe it's open, maybe it's closed. We'll see. Oh, this is a spot right here where I split off yesterday. The hotel is in that corner, in that roundabout, and the Via goes this way. What time is it? It is 8:20. Kind of late, but here we go. And we're starting the morning on the right foot. 3 pilgrims just passed me by, just here where we're about to start climbing. Yes, I remember this spot. We're still not at the split, but I think from here on out, it's welcome to the Alps. I think the other pilgrims that were kind of walking together, we're probably gonna be together all the way to Aosta, because I'm not doing long stages, and I don't think they're the type of people that are doing that either. So it's gonna be good to see familiar faces over the next few days. I cannot believe that I made it through here with the trolley. I mean, look at how rocky and full of roots this whole area is. But yeah, I pushed my way through this landscape. It was tough. It took a while. There were some scary moments there. But in the end, I persevered. And I will do so as well today. And here we are at the split on the roads. You can go up and follow the ridge on this alternative route, or you can go down to the river, cross it over, get into like a small town, follow the road, and they both merge just a little further down the line. In 2018, of course, I took the trolley this way, a decision that maybe I shouldn't have made because there's some rocky fields up ahead. But if I did it with the trolley, by God, I'm doing it now on foot. The views from up there are really great. Loving the day so far? Yes, sir. Here we are, the most intense section of the entire Via Francigena with the trolley is right here behind me. Now, on foot, it's not gonna be such a big deal, but still, what a great view of this town. I mean, let's go check it out. We get to the edge here. Oh, look at this, just beautiful. It looks dangerous, doesn't it? It's not too bad. I wonder if I can go that way instead of this one. Nah, it looks a little iffy on that section over there. All right, this is so cool. We got the sun out already. The sky's clearing up, just perfect weather. I had to take off the fleece jacket. I was sweating like crazy. Haven't seen anybody else doing this. They're probably down there. You know, that would be the smart choice to do. But, you know, this was my reckoning. I had to come this way and redeem myself. All right, let's go. There you have it, mission accomplished. Did you ever doubt I could do it? All right, let's enjoy the rest of the day because now it's all smooth sailing compared to that. Woo! I love this section of the Via Francigena. I remember stopping here with the trolley under a rock just for a snack and to catch my breath after that massive rocky field. That one took everything out of me. But today it was actually kind of easy. I was flying the drone as I was climbing, so there goes to show you that it wasn't that tough. It looks impressive, yes. When you get to see it from that point of view, it feels like you're this little tiny ant on this rocky field and you're about to fall. But it's all right. Look at this. Gorgeous! Gorgeous. Is that where I stopped? recognize that little cafe here in the first town of the way for me, Bouvernier. That's where I stopped last time to have a coffee, and I did the same thing this time. But I added pain au chocolat, which was a little bit stale, but it doesn't matter. It's a little reward for the climb that I just did. Water source, gotta make a note of it. And there I met all the other pilgrims that are doing the stage, the same group. 2, 4, 5 other pilgrims. So we're 6 in total, moving together, still separate. You know, that's how it always starts. And then we start, bonjour. And then we start getting to know each other. And, you know, hopefully we won't say goodbye too soon. It was the same thing last time. That's where I met Rudolph, the German pilgrim. And then in the next town is where I met the 2 Italians that I forgot about them. And the 3 of us walk all the way to the top on that last stage. I met the 2 Italians in, well, I said goodbye to them in Aosta. I really wanted to get a stamp, but the lady kept looking and looking and she could not find it. It's alright, I get it the first time around. According to a sign at the entrance of town, we're 3.5 hours away from Orsières. It's almost 11, 5 to 11, so that means I'll be getting there at 2, probably at 3. Check-in is at 4, which is kind of late, but then again, I'll just hang around in town. I can go to the supermarket and get some supplies. I have forgotten about that. It's a little section full of boulders. Man, I made it through there with a trolley. And I don't like to toot my horn, but damn! I'm not even at the halfway point yet. But it's been an enjoyable morning, for sure. Can't believe that I'm climbing the Alps. We're in the forest. Sometimes it opens up into sections like this. We're right next to the river. There's the tunnel that goes through the Alps. I see a pilgrim up ahead, and the weather's holding so far. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a little bit of rain as I make it towards Orsières. Cause did I say 3:30? I probably get there at 4 or 5. I'm going slow, but I'm filming a lot. All right, let's see the viewpoint from up here. right, here we are, 1:30 in the afternoon. Made it to this gorgeous little town where I had a lunch last time, and I did a repeat. I went to the same spot. It's like one of those roadside cafes where all the people inside are like workers from the area. And I wish I would have been recording with this camera, with my POV camera. When I walked in, all eyes were on me, but I don't know, I keep forgetting to hit record. You know, I need to develop the routine. And they still have the kangaroo on the menu, which was weird back then, and it's still weird now. But I did get the food much faster than last time. I went for a goat cheese salad with honey, sparkling water, and then I clearly ordered a cafe macchiato, but I got a cappuccino. Still good. I went to the church. It was open. Spain, take note. Every single time I go to a church here and I'm about to push the door, I'm getting that feeling that it's gonna be locked. But no, it opens right away, and I get to go in and spend a little bit of time in there. So it is 1:30. I still have to walk like 6 kilometers. We have a small climb here, and then it's gonna be traversing, slowly going all the way up there. The rain is coming around 3. There's like a 50% chance of rain after 3. So that means that I'm gonna get rained on today. No doubt about it. I mean, if I see this sign, it doesn't have a timetable or an estimate, but it's okay. Nice little town. I think this is the last one. No, there's another one. There's a village not far from here where there's probably more water. There's so much water. I haven't been drinking as much. Maybe I should get some right here. I made it to the top of the climb, and it was a good one, right through the forest. And you can tell that the weather is starting to shift. The wind is picking up, the clouds are rolling in. I can smell the humidity increase, the temperature is dropping, it's getting colder. My ears are a little bit numb, so that only means that rain is coming. You know, once you're out here for months at a time, you start tuning in into your environment and picking up all the little signals. Yes, sir. Woo! So let's see, what else? We're gonna go through a few forests now with some clearings along the way, some patches, maybe 5 kilometers, and we should be there. Water source, there's so much water. I keep saying that, but I'm gonna miss it once I get to Italy. Because just from doing the Google Street View, tracing the path, I noticed that the water fountains kind of drop off after we get into like the Aosta Valley. So there's a water source, and look, I already have it in my GPS tracks. I don't know if you can tell that there's a blue dot. Let's continue. It is 3:15 and I've been rushing. I've been trying to get to Orsières as fast as I can just so I don't get rained on. I passed 3 pilgrims already and I saw another one, the same lady that I've been seeing on and off. She was all the way out in the distance through a path that's supposed to be the official Via Francigena according to the signs, but I'm following the GPS tracks from the Via Francigena so they don't match. But I'm following this one because this one will take me straight to the hotel, which is right across from the train station. The other one you have to go like through the road, but it takes you to the church. So if you're staying at the municipal albergue, I think that they have there where you sleep on the floor on a few mattresses, then you should follow the other one. We're so close to Champex, which is the closest town to on the Tour de Mont Blanc. It's right there, man. It's the lake. That was a beautiful lake that I got to walk past it. So there's the town. Oh, I see 2 pilgrims on there. I can tell from the cover on their backpack that those are the 2 Australians. So that's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 pilgrims so far. This is just way too many pilgrims compared to when I did it before. It's starting to feel like the Via de la Plata. Not the Camino Frances, but let's say the Via de la Plata in a way. All right, see you at the hotel. Oh man, so here we are at the hotel slash albergue because I'm on the top floor in the share bunk beds room. We got 4 beds here, but the guy told me that I should be alone today, so it's fine. Thank you. This looks very familiar. I think I stay in this room or maybe the one next door in 33. I will have to check on the video, but this is 70 francs including breakfast. So this is what an albergue in Switzerland in the Alps looks like and what it costs. All right. Oh man, I escaped the rains. That's already a victory right there. Yes, sir. And dinner is gonna be at 7. Definitely, I will do it in the restaurant here. I remember last time I went for the ratatouille because back then I think that's when the movie came out, the Pixar movie. So today I'll have something different. And they also had the stamp in 2018. They didn't have one. I actually had to go across the street to the train station. That's where the tourist office is, and I got the stamp there. You know, once I do my thing here, once I do laundry, take my shower, I'll probably go to the supermarket close by, if it's still there, if it's open, and maybe get only a few things because tomorrow is not a bad day. Tomorrow there's a town kind of like at the halfway point. And so there I'll probably have like the mid-morning breakfast or break or maybe even lunch because after that then I don't think there's anything else until the next town. Wow, man, today was quite the climb. A little bit more challenging than I remember, but not too bad at all. I'm not like super tired. It was manageable and doable. I was passing on the other pilgrims by like flying. You know, I was trying to get here quick. I didn't want to get wet today. And that's it. Let me get ready. Not just do the laundry and the shower, but I have to get ready for the live stream in a few hours. That's another thing that I've added to my workflow and my routine out here. But at the same time, I get to speak to other people, even if it's virtually, because, you know, I'm not talking to anybody here yet, but it's early in the game. It's only day 5. Is it 5? It's Thursday. Yes, it is. I'm starting to lose track of time. All right, let's do this. quick visit to the church here in town. I remember that this bell over here is like a historic bell. Yes, it is. And what time is it already? 7:52, almost 8 o'clock. And let's do a little recap of everything that's happened since I talked to you guys. Of course, I did the live stream at 6 o'clock. But before that, I went to the supermarket and I got a bunch of supplies for the next few days. This is the municipal albergue, you might say. I see about 5 pilgrims in there. Tomorrow we're gonna have a place where I can have lunch, but then again, I want to play it safe because the day after, there's really nothing. The climb to the Grand San Bernard's Pass, there's no support, not even water. And what else? I just had dinner, of course, at the restaurant. Man, everything is so expensive. I know I keep saying that, but it's a shocker. I went for a burger that was like 26 francs. That was like the cheapest thing I could find. And tomorrow I have breakfast there. I don't know if it's included in the price. Probably not. And that's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. You know, doing the live streams here, it's been a revelation. I get to talk about what happened on the stage and what's coming up ahead. So it's good to kind of like unwind and I get to interact with you guys. So you get a little bit of like behind the scenes of what's happening here more than just the vlog. So whatever I miss on the vlogs, I mention it on the live streams. And oh man, oh look at this cemetery. There's probably a water source in there. I'll bet you anything that if I just look over here, I'll find it. It's somewhere around here. But then again, we're in a town. Okay, tomorrow we have a 14-kilometer day. Today was 17, tomorrow's 14. The day after, it's 11. So if it's getting shorter, it means it's getting steeper, of course. So tomorrow we're going to the town of Saint Pierre, where I have my reservation, of course. And then the day after that, of course, is the Grand San Bernard's Pass. Let's see. I gotta thank the trail angels of the day. Let me find it really quickly here. I have my list. I've had, let's see, 152 donations. And this doesn't include what I got on the Via de la Plata. So I want to thank you guys for that. Let me come over here so I can get a better background. And let me also find 2 names that are easy to pronounce. Let's see. Mary and Raymond. Thank you guys. Great day today. It was a great day. Yes, it was. And tomorrow is gonna be cold, man. Right now, it's 45 degrees Fahrenheit. And this jacket, in my case, is like rated for like 50. So I'm a little bit cold right now. And tomorrow, let's see. Well, actually, right now, Saint Pierre, where I'm heading tomorrow, is 28 degrees right now. So below 0 Celsius. And the Grand San Bernard's Pass, 24 degrees. Crazy, crazy. And if you look at the forecast over here, it looks like it's gonna snow tomorrow morning. Friday we got snow, 73% chance of snow. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I don't have the gear for this, so I'm gonna have to stay active, moving about, so that I stay warm. All right, I'm gonna head back to the hotel because I'm kind of freezing right now. So yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow bright and early on yet another beautiful day for sure on the Via Francigena 2.0. See you then.